Hey, welcome to So Wasted. It's Tracy, your special education teacher who loves to sew. Today on So Wasted, we're going to make these dope gloves from scrap jersey net material. With these quick, easy steps, you'll be able to make these dope gloves and rock them and strut your stuff out there in the world. And when people say, "Oh my God, those are so cute, where'd you get it from?" You know what you need to say. I made them. Less stretchy. What I mean by stretchy, see? Stretchy. And you want to make sure that your stretch is from left to right. So as you put your hand in your glove, it'll stretch. If it stretches this way, okay, that's fine. But if you can't open your hand up, you have a problem. So make sure you have some stretchy material that goes left and right. Step 2 is to take your material and fold it in fours. Now you have a yard of material. You're going to have some left over, but I just wanted to make sure you had enough. So take your material and fold it in fours. So you're going to take pretty side on the inside, making sure your stretch is left to right, fold it in half, and then fold it in half, fold it the long way. So now you have a rectangle. Making sure that the stretch is still left and right. It's going to stretch a little bit this way too, and that's fine, but you really want your stretch to be left and right. So, next step is the fun part. Make sure you get your tracing chalk or your pencil, whatever you was using. You know, if I was at home, I'd be using some soap, but I'm at school, so we're going to use some chalk. So lay your hand here. It's up to you how long, how far you want your glove to be. That's your business. You're probably gonna make more than one, so you can make them in different lengths. But I like mine up to my elbow. So I'm gonna lay my hand here on my material, and then I'm going to trace close to my arm all the way around my hand. Spreading my fingers. Spread your fingers apart as far as they can get, because you don't want your glove to be so small you can't get your fingers in it. So spread your fingers as far as you can get, and then you trace around your fingers, around each finger, and down the other side. And then you should come up with something that looks like that. Next part is to cut it. You want to make sure when it's time to cut that you don't cut on that line. Don't cut on that line. You want to cut a little bit away from that line to give yourself a little room, just in case it's a little too snug, if you need to go back and open up your seam and push your seams out a little further. So when I cut a little bit away from my chalk line. My chalk line really could be is usually my seam line. See how I just cut it and it's still a little bit of seam. If I was to measure that, I don't even think it's like a ½ inch. It's probably like a ½ inch. So for the sake of error, let's give yourself a ½ inch away from your chalk line. So you cut out all around your fingers, and then you pin the fingers together, pin it so you can sew it without it moving. So put a pin in the fingers. I usually put one in the middle just to hold it still. Why not? Ain't gonna hurt nobody. So when I sew, I'm gonna start here and I'm gonna sew all the way around. When it comes to the top of the fingers, I just pivot and come back down. So it'll be like points. So it'll be like points. Pivot, pivot, pivot. Same thing with here. I roll it around. This is more like a half moon around the thumb and down back past the other arm. And then once I come back from there, I take my glove that's already been sewn. See how the tip, I just go around each finger. See? Hope this helps. So before, I'm not quite done yet, but I put my hand in here while it's on the wrong side, just to make sure that it fit right. So if it doesn't, then I have time to turn it back, to fix it before I turn on the right side. So far, so good. My fingers feel good. They go down far enough in between my fingers. They feel good to me. I'm happy. Now, if you're happy with your fit, go and do another stitch around here as a safety precaution. Trim your seam allowance so it's not so much material, because you don't want all that material bunched up in between your fingers. If it still feels a little weird in between your fingers, once you finish, you can go back and snip this. Don't cut the thread where you stitched, but just snip. Make a little snip right there, and that'll give you a little room to open your fingers up. Just snip it. Take your scissors and do it like this. Just snip, and that'll see how it opens up. There. So then you cut. So once the fit is good, if you like your fit, boom, perfect. Good fit, go back, cut your seam, cut the excess material off, and you have a finished glove. Turn it on the correct side, and now you have a finished glove, darling. Did you like it? It was fun. If you make some, please tag me in your videos. If you make some, please tag me in your videos. Remember, it's So Wasted, or I Am So Wasted on Instagram, So Wasted on Pinterest, So Wasted on Facebook. If all else fails, you can always post it to my personal page. I don't really care. That's Tracy Thomas Diggins. Glad to see you. Hope you come back soon. Thanks. Please see it, like it, share it.